Smoking gas, running from the feds. Switching lanes in a Rari. I see him talking all that shit. That bitch better not start.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Draco, and I'm back with another motherfucking banger video. Today, y'all, it's a story time. But before we get into the story time, I just want to say this will be my final time speaking on this situation. Because I feel like I've given this situation too much of my time already. And I feel like I've explained it well in a couple of my past videos. But I still have some people asking me questions about this entire situation. And telling me that I was wrong for how I just left her. So, now this is happening because I'm not going to have my image messed up on the internet. I'm the one who got fucked over. I'm not the one who fucked anybody over in this situation. And y'all are going to see in this story. Get prepared to hear the most blasphemous shit you've ever heard in your goddamn life. Okay? If y'all was me, y'all probably would have lost it. I ain't gonna lie. So, stay tuned. And before we get into this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe to my post notifications on. Tell your friend to tell his friend to tell their friend to subscribe to the channel. And tell your mama to like the video. And tell your sister to like the video. And tell your brother to like the video too. Tell everybody in your family to like the video and tune in. But with that being said, final time speaking on it. Let's just get into it, man. Okay. So, I feel like the only appropriate way to start this story is from the beginning. How I met her. What led to us getting together. Where did I start to see things go wrong? And where did I find out that she was quadruple timing? Because it was 4 dudes. So, let's just get into it. Alright, so before dating, me and my ex knew each other for 3 to 4 years because we had went to the same school. And the only reason why I knew of her was because she was dating my best friend Zach at the time. Okay? Now, back then, I'm not gonna lie, that was my best friend's girl. And Zach, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry, but back then, I had a crush on her, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. But I never, ever said anything to her, right? So, fast forward to my birthday last year, right? I had a pretty shitty birthday. There isn't really anything that I could, like, say that would, like, explain me having a shitty birthday. It's just, I don't know, as you get older, your birthday sucks. Because you start thinking about it and you're like, damn, why am I celebrating me getting older? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want to get older. We want to stay young forever, you know? But anyways, that's mainly the reason why my birthday was so shitty. So I had posted something on Facebook saying that my birthday was shitty and everything like that. And my ex slid up. She wasn't my ex at the time, but I'm referring to her now because I don't want to say her name. But fuck it, for the sake of this video, I'll say her name. So, Selena sees that I posted that. And she slides up on it. And she seems concerned. So, you know, we start small talking and everything like that, blah, blah, blah. It didn't get flirty right away on my end. Even though I've had feelings for this girl in the past. It didn't get flirty for me in the beginning because, you know, I was just going through a lot of shit. And really, at that time, I just wanted a friend. I don't have too many friends, you know? So, she was somebody that I could, like, talk to and vent frustrations and vent about things that are happening in my life at different moments. Whatever, all that shit. So, about 2 or 3 weeks into just talking as friends, we decide to get together. So, we get together, and in the beginning, the relationship was cool. There was no problems, there was no guy friends, there was no outside noise. Everything was just cool. Okay? Fast forward 3 to 4 months down the line in our relationship, her parents start getting on her ass about me, about her being with someone like me, which I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I try to do everything that I can to put myself in better situations and to take care of the people around me. I'm sorry that I don't have a job 24/7. Look, bro, it is hard. As much as people say that it's not, it is hard to find a job if you are a high school dropout. And I'm not saying this as like a pity party or everything like that. I'm basically just telling y'all the real. It is very hard for a high school dropout to get a job. And if we want to be real, let's be really fucking honest real quick. I had a job. I was working for Chipotle. Y'all remember my videos where I was talking about Chipotle, right? I basically got fired from that job because of Selena. She quit and said that if she quits, I quit too. Without even consulting me on it. Just instantly just made me lose my job. But whatever. And then wants to get on my ass about not having a job. But whatever. Let's not even do that. Y'all are here for the story. So, back to the story. Her parents kept getting on her ass about her being with me because I don't have a job, and they felt as though I couldn't take care of their daughter. I get it from a parent's standpoint, but not really because I'm not a parent. So, I don't really know what was wrong with them. Like, I understand they were just being protective over their daughter and everything like that, and they just want the best for her. I get that, but don't shit on the dude that is trying his hardest to take care of your daughter with limited resources. Even times where I didn't have food, that girl still found something to eat in this house because I told her to. Like, come on, I always made sure that girl was fed. I always made sure she was good mentally, physically, emotionally. Like, don't ever try to sit here and play me as if I'm some sort of bad person, because that's not what it is. Anyways, back to the story. I got a little bit emotional right there. Like, I know like the situation's over and everything like that, but this is really my first time like actually venting about what happened. Like, this is basically not even a story time for me. This is just venting. But to y'all, this would be a story time because y'all don't know what the hell happened. Y'all are just in the dark about it, you know? So, like I said, her parents started hammering into her brain constantly that she deserves better, that she needs to find somebody else, she can find somebody else better than me, blah, 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 blah. So, after a while of them hammering that into her brain, it changed her. I don't know how else to say it. She started becoming very cold and fake towards me. At the time, I didn't notice it because of my love for her. It outweighed all the bad red flags that I was seeing. I still seen the good in her, right? So, needless to say, like I said, her attitude started changing. How she treated me started to change. She would always get on me about getting a job and everything like that. Just like how her parents drilled into her brain that she deserved better. I think she started to think that, which is fine. If you don't want to be with me, then don't be with me. Just let me know right then and there and cut this shit off. Like, she literally could have just pulled me aside or called me or what the fuck ever and told me, hey, I think it's best that we be friends. It didn't work out. And I would have been fully understanding of that. And I would have less hate in my heart for this bitch. Okay? I don't mean to call her a bitch, but god damn it, I got did wrong so bad in this fucking situation. I'll be damned if I'm gonna sit here and be nice. No, fuck that. And fuck that bitch. Sorry, my bad. Got a little bit passionate again right there. But anyways, back to the story. Like I said, her attitude started changing. The way she treated me started changing. So, boom. Fast forward a couple of months later to like either 1 or 2 weeks before we broke up, I get a call out of the blue, right? And it's from her. And she's crying and she's frantic and she's telling me that this dude just made her get in his car and he touched her unconsensually, right? Now, I can't say the real word because I'd get demonetized. But anyways, this is only the first situation, okay? This is the first time that this has happened when I was with her. So, I believed her. I said, damn, like, what the fuck? Like, who was with you? Who are the people? Do you know? Did you see their face? Like, are you gonna, like, report them? You should report them. And, yeah, so there's that situation. I'm not gonna go too much into that because, like, there's not really much to get into there. Like, basically, she got forced to suck dick, which, bitch, you can miss me with that. I'm already knowing now that you did that shit willingly. And you were drunk, too. So you probably just got in bro's car, to be honest. Or they probably invited you in, and you were just like, oh, yeah, because you were drunk, so you weren't thinking properly, so you got in their car, and you performed sexual acts with them. While not even for a second thinking about me, remembering that I exist. You know? So, boom. That's the first situation where I feel as if she lied to me. This second situation, I found out without a shadow of a doubt, and she admitted it herself, that she lied to my face about this second situation. So, boom. Let me get into this second situation, right? So, apparently, she has this friend, obviously, or love interest, whatever, the play brother, whatever you want to call him. For the sake of this story and not saying his real name, we're going to call him T. So, her and T had become close friends, right? I had no idea about this. Like, she never told me one time that she had a guy best friend or anything like that. Never, she kept me in the dark about everything, right? So, her and T, as I said, became very close friends and they started hanging out with each other, right? Well, it wouldn't be just her hanging out with T at first. It'd be her and her friend. We're going to say her name is K. That way I don't say her real name. Okay? But shout out to her though, because I would have never known any of this shit if it wasn't for her. So shout out to you. You're a great person. I respect you with the utmost, and I'm very appreciative that you helped me get out of that situation because she was making me look dumb. But anyways, back to the story. So her, K, and T would be hanging out for hours on end, you know, just smoking, doing whatever at the apartment complex park. Well, according to K, she would go back with T to his apartment and hang out, right? So, tell me why. I get another call one day, right? She tells me she just came back from her guy friend's house. Of course, I'm confused. Because, like, when the fuck did you get a guy friend? Hello? So, like I said, I get a random call out the blue. And she's on the phone talking about how she just left her guy friend's house and that he SA'd her. Right? So I'm thinking in my mind, like, damn, this is 2 situations now in the past month and a half. What is really going on here? Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I was just confused. So, of course, me, being the caring and loving boyfriend that I am, I tell her to cut all contact with him and to block him because you don't need people like that around you. People who are going to take advantage of you. You should report them. Like, does anybody not see this? Like, I don't understand. But anyways, after that situation's over, whatever, I started noticing that she's hiding her phone a whole lot more. So I wait until one night when she's sleeping. And I grab her phone and I go through her phone. It literally took me 5 seconds to put 2 and 2 together of everything that I already knew and that she was lying to me about. All I seen was him not blocked, right? And I left that Friday to go over to my boy Marshall's house. He's probably watching this video. What's good, Marshall? Love you, bro. Keep your head up. Shit gets rough sometimes. Keep it pushing. But anyways, I was over at Marshall's house. Just having a good time, everything like that. I had told her that I was going to go there for the weekend, right? So I come back from Marshall's house, and she comes over to see me because she missed me or what the fuck ever. Bitch just wanted some dick. But anyways, she comes over because she misses me, right? So that night, I wait till she goes to sleep, and I go through her phone. I'm not the type to normally go through phones unless you give me reasons to go through your phone. I don't like going through phones. I'd rather not go through a phone. But if you know the person's just going to continue to lie to you and you know that they're lying, it becomes mental torture. And you just want it to be over. You want to get closure for yourself, right? So I go through her phone. I seen that she had not blocked T, and she also asked T Friday, right after I left, the minute I left my house to go on my way to Marshall's, she asked him, do you want to hang out? All I needed to see. And then, all of a sudden, she hops up out of bed because she noticed that her phone was gone. So she came running out to the living room, and she was like, what are you doing on my phone? Why are you going through my phone? And I was just like, oh, I'm just doing your streaks for you and everything like that, right? And she was like, oh, okay. And then about 30 seconds later, she comes back out of my room saying, get off of my phone. What do you need my phone for? Give me my phone. Like, what are you doing? That's weird that you're going through my phone. And I honestly wasn't trying to hear it at that point. Like, I really was not trying to hear it at that point. I had already been broken enough. So, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I put her phone away. I turned my Xbox off. I went in my room and I went to sleep. Because I was just so emotionally broken at that time. I just slept. I just went to sleep. So, tell me why. I'm woken up the next morning to my phone being in my face and her showing me my supposed conversation with my girl best friend Haley, who is actually my boy Dylan's girlfriend. Shout out to them too. Good people. Yeah, she had showed me messages between me and Haley, right? The only problem is, I never sent those fucking messages. What, I just sleepwalked and fucking just typed all of that shit out? Like, no. She tried to gaslight me and tried to convince me that I was the one who sent those messages to Haley. And then later on in the day says that she did it. She said to me, the reason why she did it is because she feels like I have some sort of feelings for Haley and that I don't want to be with her. Who the fuck ever said that? She keeps hanging this fucking situation with me and Haley over my head that we had like fucking 2 years ago. Way before me and her got together. So it shouldn't matter my past situations. Because I'm with you. I'm not with Haley. You know? And that always pissed me off. That she would always hang that over my head. But whatever. So she admits that she was the one who actually sent the messages to Haley, disguising herself as me. Which Haley didn't believe that shit for a second. Like she knew. So after that weird situation, some things happened to Selena, and unfortunate circumstances led her to be in a mental hospital. And then she went from the mental hospital to a regular hospital to get treatment for, I can't even say that on screen, so I'm gonna just go like this. For that shit, you should know what I'm talking about, and if you can't figure it out, then I don't know, figure it out on your own. I'm not saying it on video. I ain't trying to get banned. But, you know, so at this time, I'm very depressed. Like, I'm very, very, very depressed because all I wanted to do was be around her. All I wanted to do was make things right. All I wanted to do was make things work and whatever. So she calls me in the hospital, right? She tells me that they're going to keep her overnight because of the treatment she had to go through. So I said, okay, cool. Just come over tomorrow when you get out of the hospital, right? So tell me why I find out later that she went to a cop's house, got drunk with him, and had sex with him. She didn't know this cop for more than 20 minutes before she got into his vehicle, went to his house, got drunk with him, and had sex with him. Which, if he's watching this video out here, you a nasty motherfucker. Because she only 18. And I'm hearing from a little birdie that you in your 30s to 40s. So, you nasty. You need to, I don't know, you need to go to jail or something. Or you need to get beat up by somebody. I don't know. So, but I didn't know this at the time, right? I knew that she went to the cop's house. So, I'm calling her. I'm like, yo, why the fuck are you at a random cop's house? Like, what is going through your brain? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, do you want me to leave? And everything like that. I'm like, yes, just come here. Bro, he drops her off down the street because he was scared of getting shot or beat up or whatever the fuck he was afraid of. Which, good idea. Anyways, so he drops her off down the street, right? So I go outside and I walk and I meet her and we go back up to my crib, right? I turn the kitchen light on, bro. This girl's eyes were glossy as fuck. She was drunk. She was hammered, bro. And I didn't notice at the time, but her face was red, right? So I'm not really thinking anything of it. I'm just thinking that she's hot. You know what I'm saying? So I get her some water. I lay her down in my bed and, you know, tell her to go to sleep. Sleep it off. Everything like that, right? So we're going to put that situation on pause for a little bit, right? So after I break up with her because she admitted that she lied to me when she said that T touched her unconsensually, right? After that, I broke up with her. Now, I'm not gonna lie, where I went wrong is I tried to be respectful with the breakup. You know what I'm saying? I sent her a paragraph about how me and her should just be friends. It's better for us to be friends and that we both need to heal. But in all actuality, I was just trying to tell her in the nicest way possible to go fuck yourself. That's basically what I was trying to say. But anyways, I find out later, after me and her break up, and the breakup was still fresh. This was probably like a day or two after I broke up with her, right? Haley calls me, and she says that Selena was on the phone with her while she was in the car with the cop going back to his house, right? And Haley said when she got to the cop's house, my ex hung up on her and said, "Oh, I gotta go, I'll call you later," whatever. So Haley was like, "All right, just call me when you can." 2 to 3 hours later, Haley didn't get no response from Selena, right? So Haley, being the caring and loving and kind friend that she is, got worried. So she called Selena. Selena answered. Selena was like, "Who's this?" And Haley was like, "This is Haley. Are you good?" And everything like that. My ex turned her camera on. Haley said that her hair was fucked up, her eyes were glossy, and her whole entire body was red. Now, what the fuck does that tell you? What the fuck does that tell you? Messy hair, sweating, face is all red. Like, come on, bro. So, I'm already knowing when Haley said that, I was like, oh, she definitely fucked bro then. So that's three situations. This girl is making me look so dumb. Now that I look back on it, I'm so disappointed in myself for letting her run me over like that. Ugh, never again, bro. Never. I heard some people saying that I'm gonna go back to her. Boy, never. I'll die before I go back to that girl. Hell no, bro. She can have a nice life by herself, or with whoever she's with now, cause it ain't gonna be me. You ain't gonna suck me back in. You ain't gonna manipulate me to fall for your shit again. Like, nah, bro. I'm way past that. I'm woke, I'm awake, and I see everything now. And I see you for what you really were. You know what I'm saying? So, Haley tells me that, and I'm not gonna lie, it broke me, even though I had already broken up with her. It's just cause it's not the situation that hurt. It's the feeling of betrayal. Like, cheating, it hurts me, and the situations hurt me. But in this situation, bro, it's just kind of like, I don't know, I expected it. I don't know, because of how she was acting, I kind of sort of thought that there was some shit afoot, and I turned out to be right. And one thing I want to tell y'all, all of my subscribers, is if your instincts are telling you some shit ain't right, some shit ain't right. Always listen to your instincts. That's my biggest life advice to y'all. Always listen to your instincts, because they will never, ever lead you wrong, and they will save you from being put up in jacked up situations, okay? Anyways, back to the story. So, fast forward, I want to say a month after the breakup, right? I'm sleeping. I get a random call from Kay. And Kay is crying on the phone, right? So I ask her, why is she crying? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's good? Like, what's going on? She tells me that Selena had sex with her ex. That's 4. So I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, and then it's not even just the 4 men that she fucked. It's what she did after I broke up with her. She was trying to manipulate me to go back to her by lying to me that she's pregnant with my fucking child. How low is that? That is so low. That is so shitty. To lie about being pregnant. That is so fucked up. That's so fucked up. And she was telling me how even like the fact that she's pregnant and that we're not together makes it to where I'm not going to be able to see my child. Talking about how, unfortunately, her child is going to grow up not knowing who her dad is. Bitch, you really think that if you were really pregnant, that you'd be able to keep my child away from me? Like, I don't know. Like, I'll fight you in the court. I will fight you in the court, tooth and nail, for my child. Don't even play with me. So, yeah. And after she lied about being pregnant, she had said she was going to post proof or something like that on May 6th, which for some reason she thought that I was dumb enough to believe that you can get an ultrasound appointment only 3 days after you found out that you're pregnant. That's not how it works. I have friends that were pregnant. I have friends that are currently pregnant now. And I have my mom who's been pregnant before with me, my sister, and my brother. So, I didn't believe that shit for a second. So I decided what would be the best thing for me to do. The best thing for me to do mentally was to block her out of my life completely. I blocked her on everything. Snapchat, Facebook, Messenger, email, TikTok, YouTube, Discord, Twitter, everything. I blocked her on everything, completely blocked her out of my life. It was best for me because I couldn't continue to keep putting myself through mental and physical pain. It becomes overwhelming to me, you know? And I started smoking again because it was weighing so heavy on my mind and I couldn't distract myself any other way. So I turned back to weed to keep me sane and, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's basically everything that happened. From start to finish, everything that I had to go through with her. So, like I said, this is my last time speaking on this situation. You will no longer see me speaking on this. Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I guess if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, turn my post notifications on. I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed, stay safe. And I will see y'all in my next video. I'm out. And don't ever let a female ruin you, okay? If you notice some shit is wrong in that relationship, get the fuck out while you can. And block them out of your life completely. Alright? That's my advice to y'all. I love y'all. I'm out. I'll see y'all in my next video. I forgot the craziest part of this story. Before I broke up with her, I asked her to give me an explanation on why she's doing all this, right? Man, guess what this bitch said, bro? I'll give you 5 seconds to guess what this bitch said. You got your guess? Alright. This bitch said she cheated on me because I play video games too much. Bruh. That is the dumbest reason to cheat on someone. Cheating is dumb in general, but because a motherfucker plays video games with his friends? What? Bitch, that's like me saying I'm breaking up with you because you spend all of your time on TikTok. Retarded. Fucking tarded. Anyways, I just had to end that. I had to add that on the end of this video because that's the most damning part of this story. And I forgot to mention it because I was so heated and I just kind of wanted to get the video over with. But yeah, man. Now that is the end of the video. I love y'all. Make sure you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, turn my post notifications on, and I will see y'all in my next video. I am out.